8:01, Powder Chip Morning Show. Rosie, Alexis, and a cast of thousands bringing you to the final hour of today's Powder Chip Morning Show. It's March 15th already, guys. It goes by fast, does it not?
My, oh my. Yeah.
Hey, Hawk.
Another
Yes,
snowstorm coming, too.
I know. Yes, sir?
July 27th, Sublime in Rome coming to the Somerset Amphitheater.
Oh, really?
Folks can enter to win a pair of tickets at KFN.com keyword contest.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Hawk, didn't you and Rosie go see Sublime once?
Yeah, we sure did. And back before they had Rome,
Yeah.
we saw Sublime with Grease.
Yeah, what happened?
It was a weird mix-up. It was Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta
Right.
singing Sublime songs.
Odd concert.
Yeah, it was very odd, but we were high as hell. That might not have happened. I'm not sure.
Matter.
Yeah. You see what I did there? By the way, nobody?
Sure.
Okay.
No, it worked.
Okay, good. I have some, probably not breaking news, but I have some news for you guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let me play this little sound bite for you, if you would, please, because I want to make sure I get it right. And we're all big fans of David Blaine.
Oh, yeah. What
The
did he
old,
do?
I'll tell you. Actually,
Right.
this guy will tell you. Apparently got injured doing his illusions there in Las Vegas.
It happened while Blaine was jumping into a pile of boxes from about 80 feet above.
Damn.
The performer can be seen on video falling into the boxes. And then can be heard screaming in pain. He suffered a dislocated shoulder that was put back into place on site and is reportedly doing well. I'm Trey Thomas.
Oh, my God.
Well, you got to know how gravity works. When parkour was a big thing,
Yeah.
I temporarily got into it and I jumped off of a back of a truck into like a refrigerator box.
Sure.
Yeah, what
It
happened?
hurts.
Yeah, I bet.
Right.
He does all those amazing
hurts.
illusions, but this, if he's literally just jumping
He's
and there's
doing jackass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gymnastics, not
Right.
illusions.
Body is not going to respond well.
The
Howie.
sound that made
know. I
when
wanna hear
he
it
Was
again.
that the actual sound?
It happened while Blaine was jumping into a pile of boxes from about 80 feet above. The performer can be seen on video falling into the boxes.
Stop! I don't like it.
Jerry!
Oh, that
Evil Knievel lives.
Howie.
does he?
It sounds
Oh,
like
no,
the
he
turtles
doesn't. He
in
died.
the air tonight.
Yeah.
I
Way to
did
go,
look
David
it up.
Blaine.
There's a ton of boxes there. I'm actually surprised that he just went right through them.
Looks like you fell off my porch after the Amazon guy.
Brilliant.
That's
he
good
does
line.
some cool stuff, man.
He does.
David
He
Blaine.
does.
What's the show you saw, Hawk, that was terrible?
Chris Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. He still owes me money, that guy.
He's
Was he that bad?
He just basically, he would come out, he'd do one illusion, and then he'd show video of his show.
Oh, come on.
And then he'd come out, he'd do one thing, and then he'd show scrapbook videos of when he was young. He did like 3 illusions, and the rest was just his television show.
Yeah, didn't you basically say it was like a high school graduation
Yeah,
party?
I'm like, what? I didn't realize we were celebrating your life.
But I can't blame you for trying because I've been to a couple of magic shows in my life and
I
they've
love 'em.
both been spectacular. David Copperfield with my dad at the MGM, like, I don't know, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. And then I took Bailey to see Justin Willman, the guy from Magic for Humans on Netflix.
Oh,
That
yeah.
show's phenomenal, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, yeah.
He was at the Varsity Theater, like, I don't know, pre-COVID. It was spectacular. We were like 4th row, and he did these tricks in,
Right.
15 feet in front of me. I'm going, what the hell is happening? It's, you can still understand it's an illusion and still have zero idea
Right.
how he's doing it.
What-
It blew my mind.
I've told you my David Copperfield story, haven't I? When I was in the audience at the Orpheum Theater. Do you remember?
I don't
Maybe,
know, but
go
please
on.
tell us again.
Well, I was there with my son and his friend and my daughter, who was pretty young at the time. Chloe was probably 8 or 9. And went to see Copperfield at the Orpheum Theater. And the last illusion he was doing, he kicked these huge, like, silver balls out in the audience. And if you caught one, you were invited up on stage. Well, of course, I pushed a couple kids down and grabbed the ball. The
Sounds like you.
No, but I literally kicked it right to me. So I went on
And
stage.
you're tall. You had the
Right.
reach advantage.
And they brought us downstairs. And they told us they're going to ship us to the Hoover Dam. Right, we're going to be transported to the Hoover Dam. So they set this elaborate thing up, and we're all wearing like miners' helmets or something, right? And I disappeared. right? The stage, the curtain opens, I'm gone. And my daughter burst into tears. She doesn't know where I'm at. My son, of course, being kind of like I am, going, get over it. And he'll probably show up eventually, and left her there. And so, but the problem was we went, it was a pretty easy thing to do, but we went downstairs after it was over, and Copperfield addressed all of us and said, do me a favor, please do not tell anyone how I did this.
Of course.
Because I've spent a lot of years working on it. Someone found out, told him that I was with the media, and he said, he looked right at me, right through me, and said, do not tell anyone how I did this. I went, yes, sir, Mr. Copperfield.
Wow.
I will not.
Is that the end of the story? Because I don't want to step on your touchdown call.
What I'm
Keep
saying
going.
is eventually my daughter was still tears streaming down her face, thinking that Dad's in the Hoover Dam. And I literally... I waited, I counted 1,000, 1,000, 2,000. When should I walk outside? And I literally walked, eventually, of course, walked out of the back side of the Orpheum Theater, walked in front, and then my daughter was there.
There you go.
Pretty happy to see me.
Yeah.
And then everyone kept saying, how did he do that? I can't say. Can't say.
So I have a similar story.
It was
and then
fascinating,
I have a follow-up
though.
question. So when I saw Copperfield with my dad, I was either an intern or a part-timer here, because again, it was probably close to 20 years ago. And I got asked before the show, would you like to be a part of the show?
Asked. If you were in your 20s, there's no way you were getting any ass.
Is that right?
Really?
My point is, so they asked me if I wanted to be a part of the show, and I said, sure. So they give me basically like this consent form where you have to agree to not say anything.
Okay, I didn't have to
And
sign
I'm signing
that.
it, and I'm doing all this stuff, and then I see a clause that says, like, are you a part of the media? And I remember saying to my dad, I'm like, oh, crap.
Interesting.
I bet
Maybe
my
that-
internship counts. So dumb me, instead of just keeping my mouth shut,
You said
and
yes.
seeing how a trick works, and then just
No.
whatever. When the guy came over to collect the sheet from me,
Right.
I said, well, technically, I do intern for a radio station, or I work part. And he's
Done.
like, oh, you can't be a part of it. I'm like, what am I doing? Just lie for 5 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, I'd probably change that.
But here's my question now. That was 2003 or
Right.
4, whatever it was.
Right.
Now, aren't they worried that everybody's a part of the media because everybody's
Take
a part
your
of
cell phone
the
out. Yeah.
media?
Good point.
What's
Good
the
point.
difference?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if they still do those exact type of fan involvement.
my guess is maybe they have you sign something, but
Yeah.
the whole
They can't
media
control
thing
it.
doesn't matter
No,
anymore.
no, it doesn't.
Right?
No.
Somebody with 100,000 followers on Twitter that doesn't
Same
work
thing.
for a radio
Yeah.
station or a TV station
Right.
has
Right.
the same, if not more, power than
Yeah.
somebody that has 3,000 but works for a TV station. Who cares?
So wait, did they tell you not to tell it publicly, or like if you and I were sitting here, mics off, could you
They
tell
didn't-
me what? How did they phrase
Well, they
it?
can't control that, of course, but no, they didn't want, obviously publicly, but
Yeah.
they didn't want me to tell anyone.
Okay, because I was gonna say, what if you told somebody and then they
Right.
went out
No,
and was like,
they literally, it's on the honor system. I didn't have to sign anything like you did.
Yeah.
He just looked at me,
so what you're
glared
saying
at
is
me.
today you're gonna tell us how it's done.
Yeah.
I
can't
always
tell you.
regretted it. I wanted to say, I don't even remember which
But-
trick. I don't even think I ever found out which
Called
trick I
hide the
was going
salami,
to be.
remember?
Remember?
Be a
Yeah,
part
Rosie
of.
didn't sign anything.
All I would say
Lie
is
for
that
2
it was
seconds.
the most simplistic thing from our standpoint that you
Right.
could possibly do. That's
Yeah.
all I will say.
Yeah.
Of course.
And of course it is. I mean, I saw, Siegfried and Roy in their prime in Vegas, and they were, with the Tigers and the whole thing, phenomenal. I've seen, I love watching.
What
that
a
stuff.
story, Mark.
I think speaking of Harrison Ford, then David Blaine go to his house and do something there.
Yeah.
And
then he said, get the bleep
get
out
the
of my
bleep
house.
out of my house. I mean,
He thought
that's
it was
He was so
black
tripped
magic,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with all of that.
Me too. I like it, man.
Love it. I love the beat.
And as you said, Corey, I don't care that I know it's a trick. I like it.
correct.
Anyway.
Yes,
man. It's
yeah.
entertaining.
It's like
Highly-
watching bad reality TV. It's
Sure.
like
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Vanderpump.
But highly recommend Justin
like that.
Willman's Magic for Humans on Netflix. There's 3
love it.
seasons.
All right.
And he gets accused of doing camera tricks, but I saw it in person. He does these crazy illusions that make no sense.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And it's a great magic show if you're into magic and understand the fun factor
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
That it's
I love the stuff that's done literally right in front
Craft.
of you. This was an illusion, and that's exactly what it was
Right.
because it was easy to, from his standpoint, to make it work. But when they're literally like 2 feet in front of you,
it's the coolest.
and doing stuff.
it's almost insulting. You're like, am I not smart enough to figure out
Right.
what's
And
going
that's
on
why
here?
live
Chris
that every
Angel
day.
show
Right.
should be
That's terrible.
infuriating.
Yeah.
It's just, you're
Isn't
asking
Angel
for a magic
like
show.
the Gretzky of magicians,
Yeah,
or
I think
is he
it's
not?
one of the longest running shows in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Man.
because it's at.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope,
Our-
I hope
it's at-
maybe I saw a bad night.
I
or
think
something.
it's
I don't
at PH, but it's been
Well, they
on
switched it,
forever.
Didn't you see it at the Luxor or something?
Yeah, I
it used
saw
to
it
be
someplace
somewhere else,
else.
and
Yeah.
then that place was so mad because it sucked so bad. I think it moved, and they revamped it.
And since we're pimping magicians, and I don't even know, it's been forever since I've been to the Dells, but Rick Wilcox had a magic theater. It was his own theater, and he did like 2 or 3 shows a day. And I remember taking Alex when he was little and Abigail when she was little, and I was always impressed, for a little place in the Wisconsin Dells. He did some pretty cool stuff, man. It's great for the kids. And Alex got to go on stage one time. I still haven't found him. I don't know where he's at, but
hell of a trick.
Rosie
it was a
laughed
hell of a
at it.
thing, yeah, right. But
I'm a sucker for a good card trick too.
Yeah.
I love card tricks.
Yeah, like put your money down here and let me take it all.
Yeah.
I do that
do
trick
that in
about
Vegas a
twice
lot.
a month.
Yeah, he takes that on tour.
I say to Angie before I leave the house, I'm going to make this money disappear.
Just watch.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
We talked a lot about the Vikings and all the NFL news. Let's go to some other stuff quickly here. The Wolves host Boston tonight, 7 o'clock. DraftKings has the Celtics as 4.5-point favorites. The Wolves are one game over 500. They're battling to be in the playoffs, but not in the play-in game. They're right on the cusp of kind of both. So anyway, Boston, one of the better teams in the league, 47-22.
Yeah, going back and forth. It's going to go down to the wire as far as all the teams in the West. I mean, there isn't a dominant team. Denver's number one, but the rest of them you can throw in a hat. They really can. I mean, Golden State's probably coming on a little bit. Watching Curry and the Splash Brothers the other night do their thing, but they've been inconsistent. They can't win on the road. That's the biggest thing for Golden State right now. But the Celtics, Philly, who am I missing in the East? Those two in particular.
Hockey knows. Hockey, who are the best teams in the East in basketball?
Bailey's Irishton.
Oh. The Bucks.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's a rare appearance by the Celtics here tonight.
Hard to beat Bailey's Irish Cream,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right.
I mean, Carly would probably tell
Especially
me
on
I'm just
St.
drinking
Patty's
milk
Day coming up.
because she's
Yep.
drink police, but still, hard to beat Bailey's.
Yeah, it is.
On the rocks. Why
St.
not?
Patty's Day is sweet.
Thanks.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm just telling you what's coming up on a
Minnesota
calendar.
Wild are at St. Louis tonight, 8:30, right here on the Fan, but also on national TV. The Wild have a franchise-tying 13-game point streak. They are 10-0-3. That is the longest streak in Wild history. I think it ties the 15-16 Wild is what I read.
Yes.
By the way, was that the streak where they and Columbus were both red hot and then they played each
at
other?
the end of the year, end of the calendar year. Yep.
Columbus had like an 18-game winning streak. The Wild had 12 or 13
and
or
we
whatever
lost.
it was. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Man. Okay, so that was that one. Anyway, tonight, St. Louis. You guys were saying earlier that they did kind of blow it up on the trade deadline, but they're still playing pretty well.
They've had a tough season, but they always play the Wild tough. Like St. Louis has had the Wild's number in both the regular season and obviously the playoffs of last year and stuff. So it's like, I don't know. And it's a Central Division game, so you usually get a good game out of divisional teams. So, and it's a TNT game tonight, so national television. I know Fallness is excited about his 2-hour pregame show, so make sure you ask him about that.
I assume the Wild and Colorado on the so-called collision course to meet in the playoffs.
That's what they're saying right now. Yeah.
It looks that way. The Lanch.
Nice first-round matchup.
But you know what? They've had
Same
some
team.
good playoff matchups in past years, so it could be a fun matchup.
Brand new year.
I don't trust the Wild in the playoffs. They've broken my heart too many times.
Oh.
Wow.
Andrew Burnett beat Patrick Waugh way back in 2003.
Ended his career.
That was the end of that was the last game he played.
Yep.
So history can repeat
Anything's
itself.
possible.
And when
They
Nino
are comparing. They are comparing this Wild team to that Wild team,
That
for the
team.
record. So kind of a
They were real overachievers
Yep.
in
Who's
2003.
they, though? Zach and Fallness?
and me.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
Big fan.
He's a hockey
I
guy.
didn't know he had an opinion.
Sports moments ever, man. I was at Joe Sensors in Bloomington
Yeah.
for that Brunette goal.
Yeah.
Place almost shook to the ground. It was awesome.
It's crazy.
It's fun to feel sports once in a while, you know? Once in a while it works.
How would we know?
The wrong state. Headlines next. More with Alexis and Mark after this on the Fan.
When you need quick answers to insurance questions or want to make sure your financial goals are on track, turn to the people who protect your future with insurance and financial planning all in one place. Farm Bureau Financial Services. Visit fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Meat sauce here. Let's be honest. Losing weight sucks. I've been heavy my whole life, and trying to lose weight is awful, but I've found the perfect match. My gals at Continuum Weight and Wellbeing and SauceLoss.com are going to help me lose the weight that I can. They gave me a meal plan, real food, none of that other stuff. Actual food that you buy at the grocery store. These people are amazing. No bars, no shakes. You can find out more at sauceloss.com. Continuum Weight and Wellbeing can be found at sauceloss.com.
Repeat after me. I am not a victim. Come on, you can do it. I am not a victim. Let these 5 simple words re-empower you when storm damage means it's time for a new roof, siding, or deck. And go to allaround.com. Don't form a self-help group. Sign up for bunny yoga or choke down a bunch of kale. Simply go to allaround.com for a fast, fair, free estimate. Let the experts at All Around work with your insurance company to restore your home to its former glory. Pull yourself together. You won't be told what's best for you another minute. You won't be bullied by the false claims and shoddy workmanship of the other guys. Stand up, unless you're driving. Oh, what the heck. Stand up anyway and declare for the world, I'm going to allaround.com. And if you don't like it, go unfriend yourself. Get started today at allaround.com.
All around, we get it done, we do it right.
Time for an NCAA tournament schedule update. Action continues tonight from Dayton with another first 4 doubleheader that features Nevada and Arizona State, deciding who gets the 11 seed in the West region. The winner will face TCU, a 6 seed, on Friday in Denver. Then tomorrow, wall-to-wall action gets started with 16 games from 4 different sites all across the country. Follow all the games and scores with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament right here.
As the stock market slumps and instability this year got you concerned, would you like a way that could protect your retirement when the markets are down? Gold Alliance would like to give you 2 free reports, the Inflation Survival Plan and the Stock Market Correction Plan. Both give actionable insights you can use now that could protect your savings in uncertain times. Absolutely free. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2079. 800-200-2079. 800-200-2079.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
I'm here with Ann Tressler, principal attorney at Tressler Law. Ann, what would you tell our listeners about DIY divorce?
I can't tell you how many DIY mistakes have come into my office. People think I have a house in retirement, this will be easy. Do you know if you have non-marital assets? Is your spouse hiding or depleting assets? What happens to your pension, your stock options? What is income for calculating child support? How should your schedule look for your kids? I've been doing this for 22 years now. We can tell you what your case really involves.
Thanks, Ann. To learn more about Tressler Law or to schedule your free 1-hour divorce consultation, visit TresslerLaw.com.
When making important life decisions about your financial future or insurance needs, it's important to work with people you trust. That's why at Farm Bureau Financial Services, we don't rely on algorithms, bots, or auto-generated answers. We get to know you so we can help you get the right coverage and make smart financial decisions. We're the people who provide insurance and financial planning all in one place. Find a Farm Bureau agent or advisor at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Meet Chris Hockey, radio celebrity by day, rock star by night.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal, and if you're like me, which is unlikely, but we'll go with it, you need a big deal vehicle too. I found mine at Park Jeep in Burnsville. I need a vehicle that makes a statement. I'm the man. I drive over giant boulders because I can. Plus, Park Jeep is the only AEV dealer in Minnesota. Now that's a big deal.
Get treated like a big deal at Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville, online at parkjeep.com.
You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Caller 11 right now will win a pair of sweet tickets to this week's NCHC Frozen Face-Off at Xcel Energy Center. Some of college hockey's best will be facing off this weekend, and KFAN has your shot at a pair of sweet tickets to check out all the action. 1-800-320-5326. That's the number. Call now for your shot to win.
How long are you going to talk?
So, Rosie, you said you are not on the show tomorrow?
I'm not here tomorrow, no. I got a previous engagement, as they say.
So, Justin Gard will be here tomorrow.
Right, I know Gardsy's
will be here tomorrow. So, you got to make your core versus 4 pick today.
I literally,
by the way.
I'm not making this up.
New York.
Oh, that's right.
I literally looked at the pairings for the first time during the commercial break.
Better late than never.
So I'm all set.
Okay.
Again, I haven't filled out a pool yet. None of that. We'll be doing that in Vegas next week.
Well, you fill out your bathing suit.
Oh, wow.
You
I
know what
don't know
I'm
if it'll be warm enough next week.
Good for you.
60s. That's fine. That's good
solid weather.
That's solid
Pools
weather.
are heated there.
We'll
Yeah.
take that. Yeah. I don't know if Lori Lambert and I will be playing blackjack by the pool then because we may not be open. But
You'll find a way.
we'll we'll open up our own table.
Yeah, these are the only $5 tables we could find. Oh, really, Rosie? Wonder why.
Oh, good for you.
That's true.
Yep. Ready for headlines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Now it's time for headlines.
All right, so we're all fans of Quentin Tarantino, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah, the big word is that he's been saying for years that he either wants to retire by the time he's 60 or direct exactly 10 films.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 9 if you count Kill Bill as one,
Right.
and you should because it was one film. He just
Correct.
The studio made him cut it in half. But if you count that as one, and you should, he's at 9. He claims that the 10th film will be called The Movie Critic, and he's going to start it basically this fall, start directing it this fall.
Does he have OCD? That sounds like something I would do. Exactly 10 or exactly 60 years old.
Yeah, I hope he's wrong. I hope he just keeps making movies forever, but he's always kind of said this, that he
Interesting.
had a
Should be done.
finite number of movies. Doesn't want to oversaturate himself, I guess.
Well, they're so unique.
And they're
You
so
know,
Yeah.
infrequent.
They are.
He's been doing this almost 30 years, and it's his 10th. I mean, this isn't Marvel. We're not bored with Tarantino.
I was going to say, I think that's what makes
it
it cool is like, you're going to get something good when you get it.
I got caught up watching one of Hawk's favorite movies, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood again.
Great movie.
all the
That
time.
movie
I've
goes
never
from
seen
0
it.
to 100
It
so
does.
fast. Oh my God.
And-
I saw that in theaters.
Leo's scenes with that young girl when he's so mad at himself or he can't hit his lines, and she's
Yeah.
counseling him on the
so
porch.
good.
That's so good.
So good.
Well, speaking of film, since we haven't talked to Chris about this since you were gone, your movie, man, Everything Everywhere All at Once, just cleaned up on
Sure
Sunday.
did. Yep. I was happy about that.
Cleaned up.
Yeah. It's a great film. It's so interesting, so different. I love
It's
that.
different.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, so Quentin turns 60 later this month, and he's at 9
Is that
movies,
all?
so-
I mean, seriously, I thought he's even older than that.
Oh.
He's been in most of his movies.
What's his worst film?
I didn't like the Western one.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah, that was not my
I
favorite.
haven't seen that one.
I mean, there's
That
a
was-
whole lot of death in that one, man.
Yeah, it was just not, to me, a Tarantino type of, I don't know, just, it didn't latch onto that as much.
I mean, Reservoir Dogs is an A.
Oh.
Pulp
Yep.
Fiction's an A.
Yep.
Kill Bill is an A.
Right.
Glorious Bastards is an A.
Glorious Bastards is an A.
A+. What a movie.
I haven't. Django Unchained is an A.
Exactly.
I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, I
That's
can't
phenomenal.
believe it, dude. That's
Yeah, I haven't
ridiculous.
Another
either.
one.
I haven't
They're
either.
pretty much all A's, except the Hateful Eight, I didn't put in that. Maybe because my expectations are so high for every Tarantino movie.
Maybe it's just one too many. If it had been The Hateful Seven,
That would have been it, like
Yeah,
a Magnificent
you would've-
Seven.
yeah, right.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
According to a new survey / new study, the perfect nap is 20 to 30 minutes long. No
Oh, I
longer.
believe it.
They're making
I
that
believe
up.
it.
We're screwed, man.
I need 100 hours.
No, same.
Ask
screwed.
Parrish. He's the
I sleep
master, the
2
Jedi.
hours. My nap is 2 hours every day.
Yeah.
I mean, a good 2 hour
weekend.
nap feels great, but I think I feel the most refreshed after
Half hour?
a shorter nap. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel flustered after
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Same. Yeah.
So they say
2
20
hours.
to 30 minutes is enough to give you a boost in energy, help you focus, and improve your mood. They even say set an alarm for 30. Don't let yourself sleep past 30.
What?
I set an alarm for naps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I do for 2 hour naps
Same,
because otherwise
yeah.
I'd nap for 6.
Correct.
That gives you 5 to 10 minutes to fall asleep and then 20 minutes of actual sleep.
Man,
time.
I saw another one of those stories on the network news last night, which I think about you guys all the time.
Yeah, we're gonna
about
die soon.
About the importance of, obviously of sleep, but going to try to go to bed at the same time every night.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Having those habits, getting 7 to 8 hours every night. I mean, because they talk about how your body will just literally break down if you're not doing these things. And it's disturbing, but it's also makes sense.
They're making Hawk feel horrible.
I know.
Yeah,
but
it's the worst part of the job. And again,
Yeah.
we love our jobs,
Correct.
but,
But-
we all know this is
But if you
killing
go
us
to
slowly.
bed at the same time, which is really difficult now, especially with daylight saving time, as it's going to stay
Yeah.
lighter and lighter. I don't know how you guys do it when it's summertime.
I fell asleep
and it
last
gets
night
dark
about
at night.
10:45, and partially because
Really?
I caught about 15 minutes of Three Amigos on HBO 2,
Oh,
I think.
you can't do that.
I was laughing my ass
I know,
off.
it's
God
funny.
dang it, that movie's funny.
It is.
Yeah.
When Chevy Chase accidentally shoots the invisible swordsman,
Yeah, it's a bad.
because he's like, how am I supposed to know where he is? Steve Martin's like, we shot in the air.
Right.
He shot into the air. I shot into the air. They get to El Guapo's place. That whole bit's hilarious. The plethora line. I caught the best 15 minutes of the movie.
You just have to hit the record button.
It was the singing bush, the invisible swordsman. When Chevy Chase hits the guy in the face with the rock, the guard, and he falls off. It's like I didn't even need to watch the whole hour and a half. I caught the best 15 minutes.
That film should be like Step Brothers. You know, one of those kind of movies where people are like didn't get it at first and they love it now, but it's just not.
Brett, have you seen it?
No.
Three Amigos.
No,
Alexis, have you seen it? Three Amigos. God dang it.
I've never even heard of it.
You guys know what it is? Do you know who's in it?
Well, you said Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I
know
think
who
Chevy
that
Chase is in it. Yeah.
Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short.
Martin Short, man.
Oh.
And it's a dumb premise. It's preposterous, but god dang
when was it made?
84.
Oh, it's an old movie.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's 40 years old.
It was
almost,
negative
but
11. Yeah.
Holy cow. Again, I will never get over the fact that the guy's name is El Guapo, and that makes me laugh from now to the end of time.
So good.
Well, I don't know who that actor is. That guy should have won all the awards.
Yeah, I know.
He's in a lot. Hold on here.
When his I caught the 15 minutes where his right hand man Jefe or whatever is going. Why don't you just take Carmen? Right, like if she's rejecting you, just take her. You're El Guapo, just take her. And El Guapo's on his horse, and he's like, Jefe, you don't understand women. You don't. I'm paraphrasing. You don't just take her. You have to wait, and then eventually they will open up to you. And then he says, when do you think Carmen will open up to you? And he goes, tonight, or I will kill her. So good. Hang on. Let's show the kids how this works. Wait a second.
Guapo. Would you say I have a plethora?
That's the bit.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to care.
No, probably not.
No, probably
I'll
not.
play this while you're looking for it. Just to make people feel good.
Here we go.
Okay.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? A what? A plethora. Oh, yes. You have a plethora.
And then, of course, he says, well, Jefe, what is a plethora? And he can't tell him, and he gets super pissed. Why would you promise me that I have a plethora of piñatas if you don't even know what a plethora is?
So stupid.
Yeah, it's so stupid. That's why it's the best. Yeah.
Stupid humor like that's the absolute best.
They're in the middle of Mexico. There are this terrible gang, and they get him a sweater for his birthday.
Right.
And he's thrilled.
Yeah.
It's a sweater!
Why do you need a sweater in the middle of Mexico?
That's the point.
Yeah.
It's the best. Anyway, speaking of brilliance, Ted Lasso, third season premiere. Apple TV Plus. Today's the day.
Somebody I know has already seen it.
Same.
Really?
And
You saw it too?
Yeah. You guys in?
No.
So I got alerted to it on Twitter that it came out last night at 8:00. So as soon as it went live, I watched that thing.
I was listening to a Smartless podcast the other day. I think it was the Natasha Lyonne one, if I remember right. And they were saying that it's strategic why streaming services release shows essentially at midnight. You said maybe 8 p.m., but a lot of them do it at midnight. Hey, it's available at midnight. And it sounds like, well, why would you release it at midnight? Everybody's sleeping. What they said on the Smartless podcast is because if there's a bug or a problem, then it is released to very few people because not very many people are staying up that late to watch it. So they're saying they do it at midnight for a specific reason.
That's
Makes sense. I'd never thought of it like that.
I mean, are their expectations unrealistic, or is it just you're going to love it as much as the previous season?
I mean, I'm going to love it regardless. It's not like, it's more of, it's
Like
the start of the
groundbreaking.
season. Yeah, there's not a giant plot twist. You know, it's like, okay.
Continuation.
Yeah.
Resetting everything?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's resetting and then also setting up new threads that
Okay.
will be
All right.
explored. So, yeah, you can tell where it's going, and it's a good start to the season
All right.
for sure.
Can't
Makes
wait.
sense.
And I'm going to be a wreck at the end of it. I can tell you
me too.
already.
Oh, well, that's private.
Me too. Me too.
17% of Americans admit that they have shopped while under the influence of alcohol in the last year.
That's it.
100%.
Hello.
Online or in person?
Yeah.
Good
It
question.
doesn't say, but honestly, I mean, Chris gets drunk and shops weed.
Yeah.
I think I did
Stop
that
it
like
right now.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's fun. It's like Christmas when you get the stuff you don't remember ordering. You
It's
know?
the best because also you're not thinking about your finances. You're just like, oh, I want this. I'm going to buy it.
You're like, this
Yeah.
is free.
Yeah.
The most common drunkenly bought items are shoes, clothes, accessories, and food. 34,
food, 100%.
34% of drunk spenders open up their wallets for naughty things like cigarettes and gambling and more alcohol.
Oh, that kind of naughty.
Man,
that was
cigarettes, man.
You had me there for a second.
When you're hammered and you buy yourself a fresh pack of Cowboy Killers, and you hit that thing on your hand, you open it up. Whew, man, like we watched City Slickers last night. I don't know why.
Yeah, should have been watching Three Amigos.
Oh, dude, all three of them, man, where he talks about his best day.
I know.
Oh, dude, but Jack Palance just smokes non-filtered Cowboy Killers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're doing cowboy.
Jack Palance was the cowboy.
He's the best.
His
man.
lungs
Probably
could
died
give
of lung
up.
cancer.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. He was doing push-ups with God.
Yep.
Rosie, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people advertising for, if you fill out a perfect bracket, you win blank. And it's always, wow, I could win $1 million?
Yeah.
And it's free to enter?
Right.
The odds of filling out a perfect bracket, if all teams were equal, is 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
Holy
That
moly.
sounds like a made-up number. If you knew a ton about basketball, and assuming that all teams are not created equal, they still think the odds of doing that are something like 1 in 120 billion.
So you're better off buying a mega jackpot lottery ticket.
One mathematician put it this way: you have better odds of winning the Powerball with 2 consecutive tickets than getting a perfect bracket.
Jeez.
I believe it.
They also said you have better odds that a family of 4 will all get hit by lightning separately in their lifetime.
That would be
That's
fun.
sad.
As far as anyone can tell, no one has ever officially submitted a perfect bracket. Ever. The longest known streak of perfection was a neuropsychologist from Ohio who picked the first 49 games right in 2019, which sounds incredible.
Wait, 2019?
Yeah, 2019. He got the first 49 right, but there are 63 games in total. So even though that's incredible, still had to get the last 14 right and didn't.
If I guess like 3 games correctly in my bracket, I'm like, I'm a genius. Yeah.
So I'm sure somebody did this in 2019. I'm sure we talked about it. The odds of, I would love to know what the odds of 49 straight are. That's also
again,
astronomical.
the biggest cliche starting tomorrow is, rip up my bracket.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
That team lost. I'm done. No, you shouldn't be unless you have a number 1 seed that loses with 16, which isn't going to happen.
So much like your fantasy football lineups, right?
You are correct.
No one cares. However, I will say this.
No, they don't.
If you have a bracket that you want to claim as this is my bracket, I had Kansas winning my bracket. That's fine. But you should have 30 brackets. You don't go to the racetrack and bet on one horse in one race. Right?
You walk by and you go, that one.
Right. You don't bet on the Masters and say, I want to put $10 on Ricky Fowler. You got to have a lot of horses. This only happens once a year.
What do you must?
Right. You can't say, I had so-and-so in 6 of my brackets. Well, then who cares? If you had the other team in the other 8.
Right.
Just take the over when we go to Vegas. That's my number 1.
Gamble.
wager.
Just gamble.
Don't even wager on the game, on the team.
Who wants to gamble on the first game tomorrow? Anybody? Hogs?
I have no idea who's playing.
It doesn't matter who's playing.
What sport are we talking about?
Basketball. How about this, Hogs?
Yeah,
tomorrow is when March Madness begins, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying that so you know.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on here. One of us.
I thought they already did the play-in game.
No,
that's tonight.
whatever.
Those don't count. Who cares?
But Maryland plays West Virginia tomorrow. West Virginia is -2.
Are they really?
Who do you want, Hogs?
Maryland?
All right. I'll take West Virginia -2. Want some grease?
Just $50.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'm in.
Wow.
But remind me we did it, okay?
Power bets
Hog,
Yeah,
West
buddy.
Virginia won by 30. You owe me $50.
All right. What's your Venmo?
Right.
You guys familiar with Chris Martin from Coldplay?
Yeah.
I've never met him, but I like his music.
Yeah.
You want to know what inspired him to play music?
Jugs. Sorry, Alexis, but I'm just being real, okay?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. That's
Not
right.
taken.
All right.
Okay, do you know what finished second?
Careful.
John, it's Marvin.
Of
Your
course.
cousin, Marvin Barry.
My favorite movie.
You know that new sound you've been looking for? Well, listen to this.
He said the Johnny B. Good scene from Back to the Future and Michael J. Fox was what made him want to be
It's
a
a
musician.
great scene.
It's a great movie.
It's such a good scene.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's
now
so
I want to
good.
go watch
Yeah.
that
So
movie.
good. So that's
But your kids are going to love it.
That's why we have Coldplay. Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. I can see that, man. That was a defining moment for all of our generations, man.
So
I love
cool.
that movie.
So cool. In a new survey, 63% of workers said that having more pet benefits would increase their desire to stay with the company that they're currently at.
What?
What's a pet benefit?
Taking your pet to work?
Insurance for your cat?
Yeah, pet insurance is a thing now.
pet insurance.
Just in
Yeah,
general,
that's
pet
huge.
benefits.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds silly, but if you have to pay for your cat to get his left toe removed, you understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it costs so much money.
It is.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
And I
Yeah.
love my kitty. Finally, I have a cat that I'm willing to pay to keep alive.
Really?
And not just feed to the hounds.
Right? Like, I love Cece. She's the best cat ever. The ones before her, I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, where's Moose?
God only knows.
Oh, I love my cats.
I feel the same way about my two new dogs because Zero was a medical nightmare.
Right.
And even
Talk
though for
about
10 years, all we did was fork over vet bills.
Yeah.
Right. Every 5 seconds, it was allergy test this, new meds here. It's just nothing,
Target bill
UTIs out
that.
the ass. They weren't my fault.
Well, UTIs don't come out that part of the body. They
Yeah.
come out the other part.
It was,
He's
it,
unfamiliar with that.
He doesn't know how that works.
it was an absolute disaster. But these two combined, flawless so far. Medically.
Yeah.
They're French bulldogs, so they probably are going to run pretty cold down the road. But so far, we've had their normal
Nothing.
checkups, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
You got a
Wow.
home run
So far, 2 gigantic home runs.
so far.
But
The one who looks after them when you're not there spends all that money.
yeah, it's not like I'm banking the
Right.
money that we would have spent on the dogs. That's also out the door. But yeah, French bulldogs are medical nightmares. They shouldn't exist. They were basically created in a lab 100 years ago. So I don't blame them. I blame us. Do you guys believe in splitting bills at restaurants? Rosie, I feels like I'm walking you right into a joke, but I'm not.
I know.
Between
Splitting
couples
bills with
or
whom?
groups of friends?
So a new poll found a third of us don't think splitting a restaurant bill evenly is a good idea, unless everyone ordered the exact same amount of money.
I can speak on this.
Go on.
My Kelly, well, both my Kellys technically do not drink. So when we go out, a lot of people are kind enough to be like, well, Paul,
didn't have anything.
you had 6 glasses of wine. I had 6 glasses of wine.
Right.
Your wife had 6 glasses of wine. We're not charging Kelly and I the same amount because Kelly has a Diet Coke.
I'm in that same boat for other reasons because I'm normally at a nice restaurant.
Correct.
You guys are getting steaks or seafood. I got a basket of fries and a free loaf of bread.
Yeah. Right.
My meal cost $4.
Right. Yeah.
And even if I got a drink or two,
correct.
If my bill's 30 and yours is 140,
no.
That doesn't seem fair either.
I think it also depends on the people you're with. Like,
Well,
if it's
yeah,
like you and your 2
100%.
best friends, it's like, shut up, just split it evenly.
Yeah.
If it's like the situation Sauce just mentioned, where it's like, okay, either you have a dietary restriction that
Right.
restricts you from eating certain things, or you don't drink alcohol or whatever.
The Carusos are very good about that. They are the best
It's
when
up
it
to
comes
the couple
that.
that's, let's say, doing the drinking. And if you
Yeah.
go out you and say, look, Kelly didn't have anything to drink. We had, 3 bottles
Right.
of wine. Oh,
Yeah.
of course, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll partake in the drinking. I can drink for the both of us,
Yeah.
but but it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to be like, well, the bill's $400. Yeah, but you had $200 in booze.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this is the one that's the giant red flag for me because I'm a psycho, but this one I just hate. 2/3 of the people said if someone tried to ask for a piece of their food or a part of their food, they would consider not going out to eat with them again.
Oh my God.
Stay off my plate for sure. But again, I'm a psycho. I don't want any sharing of food of any kind. I'm not going to try yours. You're not going to try mine.
My whole plan is I want someone to get something different than me so we can
Yeah.
share each other's food.
If you talk about it
Yeah.
ahead of
Oh my
time,
gosh.
say,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
to share. I'm going to. You get this.
Like, I might
get
get
that.
a 16-inch pizza versus a 12-inch if I know you're going to have a slice, So I get that. Yeah.
Or just something completely different, so you can say,
away
I,
from it.
I like
Yeah,
both of these
see-
things, but I
Yeah.
want to taste what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, but again, this is back to
Button bar. Thank you, Roser.
But again, this is back to not being cheap. If somebody wants some of my cheese curds, I'll just order you one and I'll pay for it. But
Yeah.
keep your hands off of
well,
mine.
that's like when you and I walk
taste
over
what
there.
you
You,
got,
buy me
Roser.
one because you don't want me trying yours.
No.
Roser.
I always forget what
Poor
show I'm on.
Rosie.
It's like some gerbil's cranking it.
Oh, Rose.
So
I didn't
gross.
say that.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm pretty sure it was you. Oh, God.
Gerbils, what was the reference to that?
God only knows what you were
God
talking about. You
knows.
always do
Yeah.
that.
You
Sometimes
were
you
talking
pass out
about-
and wake
yeah.
up saying stuff like that.
We were talking about what you and my dad are packing in your suitcases next week. Yeah, you'll
Not,
be there,
no, he
Hawk.
didn't say suitcase.
Yeah, suitcase is a euphemism.
On average, who could sprint faster? A modern human
Why,
or a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
T-Rex.
Who's a faster sprinter, a human or a T-Rex?
Oh, 100-meter dash.
Question.
I bet it's a human because of the strides.
It takes a little longer for them to get rolling.
Yes,
I
I'm
would think.
saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I was talking to Dr. Ian Malcolm over there.
I'm going to say human.
What?
Oh,
I think because you're asking, it's human.
Yeah.
Then
But
what?
if I think it would be the T-Rex, though.
A sprint.
Sprint.
100 meters.
I'll
Yeah,
say,
40
I'll say
yards.
T-Rex.
I'll go with the Velociraptor.
Wasn't an
Wasn't an option.
Talk about tasting other people's food, right?
This is, I should have said the average human because this is not Usain Bolt versus the Usain Bolt of T-Rexes. This is what they think the average T-Rex could run versus the average
that's
human.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Go
So
ahead.
what do you think?
I still think
Average
the human.
versus average.
I still think human.
I think T-Rex.
The average human can sprint around 17.7 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
The T-Rex, they project sprinted around 17.9. So
Oh.
the point is
Close.
neck and neck, but
Wow.
they're going to outrun you.
God,
So
it's
they're
sad
gonna
we're never
catch
going
you.
to see one of those races in our lives.
Or will we?
You ever seen that Family Guy bit where the T-Rexes were the greatest animal of all time? Then they were left home with the internet and the internet porn, and then they couldn't reach it, so they freaked out and destroyed everything. It's a great bit.
What
All right,
We're
sorry.
potentially within, 3 to 5 years of woolly mammoths?
Yeah.
Maybe we see a T-Rex in our lifetime, and then maybe Usain Bolt III squares off against a T-Rex. Maybe, Alexis, in our lifetime, we will see a
I
T-Rex
hope so.
racy human
Write a
being.
book.
I like
Yeah,
both of these
see-
things, but I want to taste what you got.
Oh, bro, the State
You know
Fair
what, that's
T-shirt.
just- again.
Could you chop that up to also just include, I want to taste what
How
you got?
fast did you cut that?
They'll take
button
them
bar,
anytime.
button bar.
They have T-shirts already made.
Yeah.
If you're over in Hawk Studio, he cuts it all the time.
How dare you say that in front of a lady?
You've said it in front of a lady.
Well, just Marnie.
There is a 39-year-old woman in Florida named Carlene,
Oh, I know her.
and she is facing a felony battery charge for
That sounds like her.
allegedly striking her boyfriend in the eye with an avocado.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
You want a guacamole?
It happened at their apartment on Sunday evening. It's unclear why the boyfriend got thrown at and assaulted, but we're assuming there was some kind of argument because she also hit him in the arm with a metal hanging rod.
Oh,
whatever that means.
I'm always interested by what people choose to commit battery with.
Yeah, she went with an avocado here.
Yeah.
Here's what's weird. I don't know why I'm stuck on this part of the story. She's 39. How old's the boyfriend that got struck in the eye with the avocado?
Where's this, in Florida?
Florida. She's 39.
18.
Rosie says the boyfriend is 18.
76.
Alexis, 76.
Yeah,
Sauce.
that's more like.
Yeah, 85.
85. Hawk.
Yeah, I think. I'm gonna go 89.
89.
It's definitely that.
Brett.
I'll go the opposite. I'll go like 25.
25. Zachary.
I'm going to go 32.
Is that a T-Rex back there?
Yeah. Thanks. You, never. I had something.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I had
Hadn't talked in a while. Yeet the Jesus.
I was
So I'm going to taste what you got.
Oh, Rose!
Yeet the Jesus. Zachary, I don't know what is your deal lately. Why can't you just guess 69 like you usually do? What is that bit dead?
I guess I can do that again.
You
I'll go
can't
with
retire
69
the
every
bit.
time.
The
Rose.
boyfriend is 68 years old.
Oh.
He's 68. She's 39.
Man.
That's crazy. Again, my
Sweet.
wife is 38. Rosie, how old are you?
Old enough.
But I mean, you're
70.
Yeah, you're a
This
handsome
would be like
70
you
Rose.
dating
I am.
Angie. And then Angie throwing
Time
an
out.
avocado in your face.
I'm gonna say it for you. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Rosie, she is
Yeah,
expensive.
You know what? Corey will give you advice. Just wait a while. Wait till she moves on from Corliss.
Or move to the middle of Montana where there's no targets. Oh, God, there's target.com.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Hello.
Do they deliver
Can't
to the
get
middle
away.
of Glacier National Park?
Yeah.
Son
I
of
guess
a
she'll
bitch.
find out for us.
Anyway, there you go. Don't throw avocado at the 68-year-old boyfriends.
Um,
There we go. Yeah.
Was it a ripe
to the eye.
avocado?
Don't know. Does it matter?
Well, if it's not as ripe, it's going to be a lot harder.
It's squishy.
You're right.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
feel good either way.
I don't know. Maybe she just missed his mouth.
And maybe he deserved it.
Yeah, maybe he did. Some bitch. I don't
That's
know.
why I want to know what
decision.
he did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right. Maybe she thought he was bent over.
Maybe he threw a cantaloupe at her first. and
Maybe,
she's like,
maybe she thought he
throw an
wanted to
avocado.
taste it.
Yeah. Eye for an eye, avocado for an avocado.
Or maybe he just, well, never mind.
I had nothing, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes my words and my mouth aren't on the same level. Just speaking to talk because I like hearing me talk.
Wow, that was a ride.
Yeah. Well, buckle up. You want more? More of that, Daddy.
Buckle up. Yeah,
Hey,
you're
Hogs.
under contract. You're going nowhere.
Yeah, I ain't going anywhere. Thanks to you two. I appreciate
The
that.
band?
No, you and Hori.
Yeah.
You guys are the greatest thing.
Yeah, you and Hori.
Well,
Again, is my garbage pail
that's
kid.
me and
that's
me.
Hoggy. Yeah, that's
Hori and
Hoggy.
Hori.
He's Hori. Are you doing the K102 spring break bit, Hawk?
I am, man. I'm excited.
What the
That's,
hell does that mean?
It's a new announcement. So Rocket Club has been added to the bill for the K102 Spring Break Fan Jam.
April 21st.
Yeah.
So what does that mean, though? Where is that?
It is at the
It's at the Myth.
Yeah,
Oh,
what do you
the
call
Myth.
it? Yeah, the Myth. And it's John Party headlining, Tennille Arts, Tiger Lily.
Oh, yeah, Marty's band.
That's right, and Rocket Club.
Oh, my
Super
God.
exciting. I know, Roser.
Very
Thanks.
exciting.
Marty's is going to be there probably,
Yeah,
unless
man.
the Wolves overlap.
It'll be a big couple of months for the old Rocket Club. So
Is that right?
And we added another show in St. Cloud. So if you didn't get tickets the first time, pick that up. And we're coming to Mankato pretty soon. Please check out tickets, rocketclub.band, and come see, especially in Mankato, because that's a big old room, and we need to sell some tickets.
All right, shameless plugs across the board. Sauce, Saturday stand-up.
Yeah, you can get tickets at commonmanbook.com. It's in Duluth. It'll be great.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is our literally our final show
You
together.
said that last time.
I know, but
Five
this is
years.
it.
Somebody cuts a check.
It's okay,
It's
little
all about the
Skinner.
money for you.
This is our last show together.
No
Final,
chance.
final.
Yes, it's the final. Yeah.
I'll bet you $500 that at some point you do stand up again with Common.
I'll take the bet.
Really?
This is for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'll take the bet.
Wow.
You know, by the way, the cashier,
Long
right?
wait.
I'm not listening.
So how does this bet pay out? If
Exactly.
How long were you waiting?
Exactly.
Statute of
it's,
limitations.
he's on his deathbed?
Right.
Hey, you owe me $500.
Right, say, and your life's not over yet.
Yeah,
Not paying
because
up.
if it's on your deathbed, I'll make it about me and Common, and I'll show up and do stand up.
The statute of limitations is a statue of Sauce naked.
Oh, idiots!
Did you guys hear about the monkey attack on the lady?
Yeah, like
No.
ripped out hair.
Oh, listen to this lady tell the story.
boy.
This is horrifying.
I looked out the window and there was a monkey looking at me. And I
Which
took a
sounds
second
cool. I'm
take
gonna
and I
stop
was
it
like,
right there. If I look out my window, there's a
See a
monkey
monkey.
looking at me. I'm like, this is the greatest day of my life.
So it depends on what kind of monkey.
Where
Okay.
are we here?
Yeah, is she in her house?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
She's at her house. Yeah.
What did Joe Exotic's
Yeah.
lose a zookeeper? And
I looked out the window and there was a monkey looking at me. And I took a second take and I was like, there's a monkey on the front porch. He was trying to get into my house. The little button that you push in on your screen door, he had broke it off. I was literally hanging on to the door, trying to hold my door closed. He crawled, jumped up my back and landed on my head, grabbed handfuls of hair and just ripped it out. And then ripped my ear almost completely off of my head.
Oh, I know.
so
That's what I'm saying.
So literally,
What did
maybe
she
for
do
the
to
first
this
time
monkey?
ever? Literally, she just had to get the monkey off her back.
Nice.
Literally.
Well played.
Literally.
That's a good
Well
one.
played.
God, they're vicious.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can't be mean.
What did we treat him like ass?
Did this monkey have a vendetta against this woman? Why did he decide to break into her house?
It is a great
Hungry.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for why he chose her, or if he just thought she had cool ears and he wanted them.
Hawk, you're kind of 0 for 2 on these sound bites with the guy falling in the box and now this one.
I'm
Those
with
are-
you on that.
those are
I,
two tough ones.
yeah, it's kind of the bit. We just tell you the headlines. We don't know anything more than that.
Yeah, we never know.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't want my ear to be ripped off.
Is there a clause in the stand your ground law for monkeys?
No, you shoot that some bitch. As soon as he
Man.
goes for your ear, you get it done.
Can you imagine the backlash if this lady had just pulled out a shotgun and blown the thing's head off?
Right.
Oh.
Why'd you shoot the monkey?
Yeah.
Well,
It was going to rip my ear
Yeah,
off.
why'd
my
you
ear.
shoot the monkey?
Planet of the Apes.
Sounds like something Beavis would say.
hey, I don't know if I'm missing something, but I loaded in our guy, Ryan Phelps, who does our sports updates. You know,
Yeah.
love the guy. We all love Ryan, right?
Yeah, great dude.
Great dude. He gave us an update for the girls' state basketball tourney, which is really interesting. But he takes a shot at Zacho here, and I'm not sure if there's a reason why. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a reason why. Here we go.
The girls' state basketball tournament begins on Wednesday in Minneapolis. Yes, Zach, they also play on 10-foot hoops.
Any idea what that's
Oh,
all
that
about?
was from In the
yesterday.
Box yesterday.
Oh, okay.
The game deciding question number
Thank
10
you, Zach.
was just how tall is a basketball hoop? And if you got it right, then what?
Three-way tie.
Me and Marnie and Matt. I forget who would have won. But if you got it wrong, then Rosie won the whole pod. And Zach at one point was deciding between 13 feet and 15 feet. And he said it's not common knowledge. And I'm like, 15 feet?
15.
I mean, Shaq.
And as we said yesterday, that means Spud Webb jumped 9 feet in the air.
No one in the world could dunk on a 15-foot hoop.
Nobody.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't have known that answer. I'm embarrassed, but I should know because that Hoosiers film, I've seen it 100,000 times. But
they don't mention it. I don't think.
Yeah. But
Gene Hackman does.
Yeah, when he goes out and he measures it, remember?
He does.
I think they do say the number.
Scene.
That's a great
How
scene.
high do you if LeBron James in his prime tried to jump up and just touch the rim on a 13-foot rim?
Mm-hmm.
How high?
How close would he have gotten? Because there's no way he's dunking on a 15-foot hoop.
No.
Well, what was
How close could he have
Jordan
gotten on
in
a
his
12?
prime? No.
What about on a 12-foot hoop? Could LeBron?
Yes.
I don't know if he could.
Yes, he could.
It would be close.
It'd be close.
Yeah.
It'd be close.
Well, let me play you the rest of this update because it's pretty interesting after the Zacho shot.
The girls' state basketball tournament begins on Wednesday in Minneapolis. Yes, Zach, they also play on 10-foot hoops. Hopkins and Becker are the top seeds in the big school classes, but both were defeated earlier this year by the number one team in Class 2A, Providence Academy. They're led by Madden Greenway. She's just a freshman, and yes, former Viking Chad Greenway's daughter. She and Crosby Ironton's Tori Orline made news a few weeks ago as the only players in Minnesota history, boy or girl, to reach the 2,000-point mark in their freshman seasons. All the quarterfinal matchups can be seen on NSPN.TV, with Channel 45 televising the semifinal and championship rounds. We'll crown the winners on Saturday at Williams Arena. For the Minnesota News Network, I'm Ryan Phelps.
Yeah, she's going to have her choice of any college in the country.
100%.
Tennessee already gave her an offer. I mean, she
UConn,
can play,
I'm sure, will
she's
go
going to be
after
able to play
her.
anywhere she wants.
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
Good for Chad
I wonder
and good for
what
Madden.
none of
go
us
to
have
Iowa.
any idea. And Alexis, I don't know your history, but I'm going to guess I can lump you into this. None of us were great athletes.
Correct.
Right? I wonder how much of a mind blank it is to be that good at that young age.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But don't you think? I mean, to have colleges trying to get you all ready to commit to them when you're that age.
Well, and how about this?
What a job the parents have to do. You
how
know?
about almost every child actor tells stories about if they stay in public schools when they get famous, that the resentment and the jealousy is unbearable.
I bet.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That it's like, look, I'm sorry I'm successful
really
at
good at
12
this.
years old or whatever.
Right.
But
Kids are jerks.
Yeah, so
to
that's
each
the
other.
thing. Is my guess is, even though I'm sure Madden is beloved by a lot of people, I'm sure she has just random high school jealousy that people just don't like her because she's successful. Which, how do you tell I don't know if she's 15 or 16 as a freshman, whatever she is. How do you tell a 15-year-old, none of this is your fault? You shouldn't be ashamed of being successful.
Especially with social media and all the
that's got to be tough.
anonymous
Well, she'll be
stuff.
laughing at him when she's the first overall pick in the WNBA draft.
And she should be laughing at him now.
Correct.
You should never
Correct.
be ashamed of
Correct.
being good at something.
Working
hard.
obviously
How would you know?
Me?
Any of us?
Well, I mean, I have no idea.
Except
I've
for
been fat and
Rosie and
hideous my whole
Alexis,
life.
of course.
No, but I know what it feels like to be resentful about people who are successful. I've
good
been on the
point.
other
Yeah, me
side
too.
of that
With you
so
on
many
that.
times. Alexis, where can people watch you again this weekend?
ESPN Plus this weekend, semifinals in the PHF. I've got the Boston versus Minnesota series, so that should be fun. Best of 3. And then next weekend, March 26th, we got the championship game on ESPN2.
Right on. Rosie, quickly, your core versus 4. Fire away.
Alabama, Duke, Houston, Kansas.
Oof, a lot of the big wigs.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to go
Alabama,
that way.
Duke,
That's who I was
Houston,
gonna take, too.
and
Yeah.
Kansas. All right, lock it in.
That's good, Rose.
All right.
Good job,
Those are gonna be
Roser.
tough to beat.
See you guys.
Bye,
All right,
Roser. Bye,
Guernsey
Alexis.
Thursday tomorrow. Guernsey and Lieber tomorrow. Don't forget Commons playing Initials on Friday. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. Bye.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads in Coon Rapids. We've got a crash. Highway 610 westbound at Highway 47. It's on the right shoulder of the roadway. Looking at traffic on 35W southbound. It's slow going from Broadway to 94. It takes 30 minutes to get from the